What we're going to be talking about today is why some people succeed faster than you in the game of business and get better results faster than you. One of our customers, 18 years old, young dude from the UK, an absolute killer, really smart dude. And he came in completely fresh to the game. He hadn't tried out a lot of the basic business models that most people have tried out online, like SMMA, affiliate marketing, freelancing, all of this stuff. He just came in and was like, yo bro, I want to build a Legion agency. I'm like, okay, bet. I immediately saw that this guy's gonna be a killer. What happened is a few days ago, he sent me a message. He was like, yo bro, so I'm just feeling a bit demotivated. I'm like, just feeling like, am I doing something wrong? Like I have already done this for 8-9 months. I'm like just hovering the 10K a month mark. Like, yeah, my life is great, but I see these guys coming in. On the first month they are in, they make $30,000 from zero. They go from 0 to 30K. He told me like, yo, like, I just feel that I'm doing something wrong. Then he also mentioned that, Levi, you yourself, when you started your lead generation agency, you were doing over 13,000 a month after 90 days. So what am I doing wrong? And I looked at it and I'm like, okay, yeah, like this is really familiar because I have seen this multiple times. You're just comparing your own progress to the progress of others. What I explained to him is one of the most important things that you need to understand if you really want to succeed without too many negative emotions coming from comparing yourself to others, is the progress and the results that other people are getting is completely irrelevant to you. It is impossible to compare your situation to someone else's situation, and the reason for that is everyone's case is completely unique. No one on this planet has the exact same experience that you have had leading up to this point. And it's really easy to start looking at what someone else is doing, thinking like, what are they doing better? They're not as smart as me, or they're not working as hard as me, but they're still getting better results than I am. And it's really easy to get demotivated by that. And I think that that is also a really big cause why a lot of people quit too early on their journey. For example, in this case, when he asked, okay bro, like you were doing 13,000 a month with your Legion agency after 90 days. Am I doing something worse than you are doing? If you just think about it, our starting situation was completely different. Like, yeah, we both started a lead generation agency. We both had the same structure. I had way less information because I was just trying out and doing the stuff myself, and he actually had really good information when he started, but we still had a completely different starting situation. I was so much further down the line when we both started out. Like, it can't be compared. Like, when I started my Legion agency, I had already done years of B2C sales. I had knocked over 30,000 doors. I had led a team of 15 door-to-door salespeople. I had worked as a head of lead generation for one marketing agency, and I had worked as a head of sales for another B2B education company. I had just done so much more. I had so much more experience. I had seen so many edge cases. I had failed in so many things and had already succeeded in so many things. And some of the customers who come into Agent Velocity, maybe they have already had a really good tech career. Maybe they have been in tech sales for 4 years. Maybe they had done marketing, or maybe they have already run a social media marketing agency. And those people are just naturally gonna have a bigger advantage. Like, they might come in and they're like, yo bro, I have run a social media marketing agency for over 2 years and I'm still at $0 a month. I don't know what I'm doing. So they have already went through the grind. They have already done a bunch of the things that are necessary to do. So then they start working with us and we tell them, this is your niche, go for this offer, write this on your sales letter. And we just tell them the right like tactical things to do. And then boom, after a month, they're doing 17,000 a month. And it might look like a quote unquote overnight success, like, yo, bro went from 0 to 17 a month in 35 days, but actually he had already started 2.5 years ago. But he just didn't have the right information, so he wasn't getting the right results. And I know this might sound a bit simple. You might be like, yeah, of course. But still, what a lot of people do is they see this video and they're like, yeah, I agree, this makes sense. And then they go on Twitter, or they go on Instagram, or they go on YouTube, or they go into a community or course or wherever they hang out in, and they look at someone winning and they're like, what are they doing better than me? Then they just frantically start like changing stuff up and trying to like get the exact same results that the other person is getting. But that is just dumb, because their situation is completely irrelevant to your situation. Both of your situations are completely unique. And this is extremely important to understand, because you need to realize that the only person that you are competing against and the only person you can one up is yourself. The only person who is restricting your growth, the only person who is holding you back, the only person who is in charge of you reaching your goals is yourself. Of course, you can learn from other people, and you should. Like, something can take 3 years to achieve. When you work with the right person, you learn the right information from the right person, you can achieve the same transformation instead of 3 years in 6 months. But still, at the end of the day, you are the person behind the laptop doing the work. Like, the only person who you should compare to is yourself in your past form. What was I doing 30 days ago? What was I doing 6 months ago? What was I doing 12 months ago? And that's also something that I told the guy who sent me the message in the first place. I told him, yo bro, like I know that you might feel that you're doing something wrong. Someone else is doing better than you. Please just compare the situation right now to the situation that you were in 9 months ago. Like for me, for example, if I look 24 months ago, I remember like writing on my notebook that I wrote goals on. And I remember writing, if I can work full time on my business, I don't care how much money I'm making. I don't care how much work I need to be doing. And I don't care even what I'm doing. But I just wanted to work full time on my business. And then you fast forward 12 months from that, I'm making like 30k a month. I'm not even working that much and I'm still unhappy. All of these other guys are doing 100k or 200k and 300k, a million a month. And they're working less and they're making more and they have better clients and they have this and they have that, they have this and they have that. I was just like unhappy. Even though I had achieved my ultimate dream that I wrote in the notebook. And then you get filled with these unhappy thoughts. And yeah, no, you should always strive for bigger goals and bigger things, and you should always look for ways to become better. That doesn't mean that you shouldn't enjoy the things that you have already achieved. Because if you never enjoy what you have achieved, you're gonna be always unhappy. And you're never gonna enjoy the things that you have done. And then when you do that for a long enough time, you don't really see any point in doing the next thing and achieving the next goal. Like if you achieve 5 of your goals or 10 of your goals or the biggest goal that you have in your life, you quit your 9 to 5, you move to Thailand, you make good money, you work a few hours on your laptop, that might be your biggest goal right now. But then when you do it in 6 months or 12 months and you're still not unhappy, you're still like looking for like, I need to do this and this, if I hit this and if I hit this, if I hit this, then I'm gonna be happy. Like if that happens to you multiple times, then at some point there's just no point in trying. There's no point in going for the next thing because you know that it's not gonna make you happy anyways. So what is the point? I know it's a natural thing for humans to really never be satisfied and never be fulfilled, but just sit down every few months and look back to your situation 12 months ago. Is your situation better than it was then? And if it isn't, okay, that's a good sign that you might have to do a bit more work. Like for example, 12 months ago, I was living in a really small apartment. It was probably the size of this office that I am in right now. It wasn't a nice apartment. It was one room. I was living there with my girlfriend. It was a grind. I didn't have a proper office set up. And now I moved into almost like a dream place of mine. And it didn't really make me happy at all. I came in here and I was like, okay, boom, office, boom, desk, boom, chair, boom, monitor, boom. Okay, where can I get the cleaner? Where can I get this, boom, 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 okay. What I'm gonna do in 12 months, where I'm gonna move then. I just started looking at new apartments, bro. Why can't you just enjoy shit, you know? Sometimes you just have to force. This is at least what I have to do. I need to sit down, I need to force myself to really appreciate the journey that I have gone through. Don't compare yourself to others. Everyone's case is completely unique. Only focus on beating your past self. Only thing you should really compare your current situation to is what you were doing 12 months ago. If you did like this video, drop me a like. But if you didn't like it for some reason, drop me a dislike. If you have seen a few of my videos and you're like still thinking, this guy seems to be pretty okay, but you're not 100% sure, just drop me a subscribe. And the one thing always most important for me is if you can go ahead and drop a comment on what you would like to see videos on, what you thought about this or what you thought about this format. Should I make more of this or less of this or whatever it might be. I'm always looking for feedback. I hope you have an absolutely amazing day ahead of you and I'll see you on the next one.